Aloha! This is video number 2 of the Find Your Flow workshop. If you missed the first video, check that out in the link below. That video was all about your home and things that may be blocking your flow within and outside of your home. So there's a link to that video below. In today's video, I'm sharing yet another secret to find your flow. And this one is all about creating clarity to manifest faster. Yay, who doesn't love that, right? I'm Julen, a Feng Shui expert and psychic, and for those of you that don't know me, moved from Minnesota to Maui 5 years ago, sight unseen, didn't know anybody, moved here by myself to create a life of my dreams. And I literally live like I'm on vacation every single day. Even though this is a backdrop, this is a normal sight for me on the island. To be able to see the beautiful ocean and palm trees every day is absolutely amazing. And I'd love to help you create your dream life. So you'll hear more about that as we move forward. But for now, let's dive in to the content for today. So, focusing on your desires is a valuable thing, right? Lacking clarity about where you are and what you really want can block your flow. Okay, so if you don't know what you want, it just as an example, if you go into a restaurant and you don't know what you want to eat, chances are if you ask for food, you're going to get something that you probably don't want, or maybe it's not, maybe it's okay, but it's not exactly what you want. Another example that I like to use as it relates to angel readings is, asking very general questions like, what do I need to know, is kind of like going into a library and asking for a book. You'll get something, definitely. I mean, the angels are always going to give you something, but it will be more specific and more tuned to you if you ask a very specific question, right? So the same thing goes with fulfilling your dreams of creating a life that you absolutely love. If you are not clear about what it is that you want, and even kind of like where you are and what the gap is between where you are and what it is that you want, it's going to be pretty difficult to create flow, right? Because the universe doesn't know what to give you. The angels and your guides have, yes, they'll help you, but help you with what when you're not super clear about what it is that you want. So there is a lot of value in dreaming and exploring your desires. And one thing to know about your desires is that in the non-physical, everything that you desire has already been created. It already is. So it's just a matter of lining up your energy with that which you want to be able to attract what it is that you want into your life. And so you've heard most likely the words law of attraction. This is part of the concept of that. I think about this in terms of Feng Shui as well, because when you are very intentional about what it is that you want and create the energy of that within your home, it helps bring it in a lot faster to you, right? So focusing on what you want versus what you don't want is really important. But it's sometimes easier said than done, right? Because we have all these little thoughts running through our head and they're not, most of them, very positive. So what do you do when you've got these thoughts popping in that are not very positive? I'm just going to give you a very simple example. So if you keep thinking about deer, like hitting a deer, for example, this is kind of a Minnesota thing, that, there's just a lot of deer. And even now we've got more deer coming down. We got a lot of rain over the last couple of days. So most likely the deer are very happy being up country, but they were starting to come down because of the lack of water, right? And so if you're really focused on, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit a deer, there's so many deer, watch out for the deer, all of that kind of stuff, chances are that laser focus on what it is that you don't want is going to bring that to you. So I've definitely known people that have done that, where they've, put that out there. And then, I wasn't surprised at all to hear that they hit a deer, right? Because they were so focused on what they didn't want. So what can you do when a thought like that pops up? What you can do is stop, right? And say, okay, I know I don't want that. What is it that I do want? So really sort of flip that around and take that time to really think about, like, what is it that I do want? If I don't want that, what is it that I do want? Okay. And you can do this, a great way to do this is like, if you're dating, right? And you're going out with different people and you are maybe noticing qualities or attributes that you don't want. It's kind of easy to get focused on, like, oh my gosh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. But what I encourage you to do is to focus on what it is you do like about that person. And then if there's some things that really bothered you about that person, make a list of those things, right? And you can do this, just in general with past relationships, right? Like, what is it that you didn't like or didn't want in that relationship that you got? And then turn it around. So then take that list of things that you don't want and turn it around and be like, okay, I don't want, just as an example, maybe someone that smokes or drinks a lot, right? And then you can turn that around to be, I want somebody that's health conscious, right? I want somebody that takes good care of their body and themselves, right? That type of thing. So turning that around, and then you have this beautiful list of things that you do want, attributes and qualities that you do want, and then focus on that, right? Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do for you today is give you a quick way to shift your energy. It helps you get out of your head, and it also helps you create change and flow in your life. And it's a pretty simple thing. It's what I call shaking up your chi. So often we get in sort of these ruts, and we maybe drive to work the same way every day. We get the same breakfast every day. We have our coffee the same way if you drink coffee, or your tea the same way, or you maybe even begin to eat the same foods all of the time, put on the same clothes, like all those kind of things. We get sort of in this energetic rut. And in order to make change, it's helpful to shake that up. So what you can do is some very simple things. For example, if you always put your left shoe on first or your left sock on first, switch it up and put your right one on first, okay? And do that for a number of days in a row, because it like your brain is like, oh, wait, like I gotta do this differently. I'm gonna put this one on first instead of that one. And it just like sort of makes your brain like think differently and not follow that same sort of rut or neural pathway. You can do this with when you take a walk, like maybe you take your dog for a walk in a different direction, right? Or take a different route, or go the opposite way. If you normally head out the driveway going to the right, head out to the driveway going to the left, and go the opposite direction. Drive a different way to work, right? Change up your routine on what you eat. Try some new foods. Try a new restaurant. Go to a new place to hike. Right? All of those things help shake up your chi. And of course, travel is a really great one for that, because it really does, especially if it's a place you've never been before, it gets you more present in the moment, because you're seeing things. Well, typically it will get you more present in the moment. Some people it doesn't work, but that's if you're super duper in your head, which if you're watching this, you're not so much in your head. You have those moments of presence. So traveling does that, because you're looking at new things, you're seeing new places, you're meeting new people, maybe even you're definitely going to new restaurants and different places. And so that's a good way to shake up your chi too. But even just, I used to do this when I worked in Minnesota. Some days, working at home gets a little, routine, right? And so what I would do is would actually like take my laptop and my work, and I'd go to a coffee shop for a day and work. And it really helped me get like fresh energy, fresh ideas, more creativity in doing that. So I encourage you to try something new, do something different, or do what you normally do in a different way. Okay, so if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you enjoy it, share with other people. That is always helpful to help grow my channel and to be able to get my messages out to more people. And this video, as I mentioned at the beginning, is the second in a series of 3 videos, which I'm sharing to help you find your flow. And then after the 3 videos, next week, I will have a masterclass, a Find Your Flow masterclass that's going to kind of pull all of these pieces together and give you the 9 secrets for finding your flow. And we're going to dive deep into one more of those secrets as well. So you'll get 3 in the videos. We'll dive deeper into one more of those. And then I'll also give you the information on the other secrets. I'll give you the names of those, right? And you can register actually now for the masterclass. There's a link in the description below. There's 2 different dates to accommodate anyone that wants to come, but there is a limited capacity. And so if you're interested in that, make sure that you register. And even if you can't make it on the live, it will be recorded and you will get a link to the recording after it's done. So much love and light. I will see you guys tomorrow for video number 3.